Hey, what's up, world? How you doing? Psych Life here. And if you haven't already, please don't hesitate and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Today I wanted to talk about an important subject that we all go through in life, and we all tend to ask ourselves, if not every day, periodically throughout our life. And the question is, are you happy? Are you happy with your life? Are you happy with the way the outcomes in your life are manifesting? Are you happy with the relationships in your life, or the type of job you have, your financial situation, and all those good things? So are you happy? And the reason this question revolves around existentialism, and we're going to get to it a little bit. So when I ask you, are you happy, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Do you try justifying your circumstances and seeing if the way you're living life is compared to the way everybody else is living? Do you try to compare your life to someone else, and then that's how you weigh if you are happy? Or are you using a different instrument to measure your happiness? Maybe the instrument is within you based on your experiences. And that is a good question, because we all have a different definition as to what constitutes as happiness. But if I were to be able to have your brain scanned, and each of our brain scans, or my brain scanned, when we have this feeling of happiness, there's a certain region in the brain that gets activated. So one of them being the nucleus accumbens, which is the area responsible for dopamine levels. So when we look at happiness through a biological lens, then we tend to find out that happiness does have a definition. It's almost what gets activated in the brain. And if certain regions of the brain are activated, then you tend to be happy, right? Pleasure. But short-term pleasure doesn't necessarily lead to long-term happiness. So these subjects can get tricky, and there's certain lines that we cross and certain barriers that we form to try and help understand happiness. But I want you for a second just to put all those things to the side and really ask yourself, are you happy? If the answer is yes, then you should keep doing what you're doing. Maybe making minor adjustments as your life progresses and you go through the different developmental stages in life. Small adjustments will be needed, but keep doing what you're doing. If the answer is no, you're not happy, then you need to ask yourself, what can you do differently? And that would be more of a solution-focused approach to your life. So, are you happy? If the answer is yes, then keep doing what you're doing. If the answer is no, then what can you do differently? That's a solution-focused approach. But oftentimes with my clients, if I have a good amount of time of working with them, meaning a good set amount of counseling sessions, then I would also incorporate, instead of going so quick to a solution-focused approach and saying, what can I do differently? I always like to ask, why aren't you happy? What circumstances are present in your life that's inhibiting you from being happy? And what is the definition of happiness? But let's focus on why you're not happy. Is it because you don't have the fancy car? Is it because you don't have the fancy house? Is it because things don't go exactly the way you want it, when you want it? Or maybe not. Maybe it's because the relationships in your life necessarily haven't manifested over the years the way you've wanted them to. Or maybe it's something out of your control, such as global warming, something out of your direct control, such as global warming, the current political state in your country. Some things in life we have control over and we don't. We're individuals. We're next to insignificant when it comes to the cosmos, the bigger picture, the universe. But on this earth, we do have some sort of significance. We do have some power within us. And that power is choice. So, you have a choice as to what makes you happy and what doesn't. And we have a choice as to what perspectives we can have on our lives and how we go about living our life. So let's go back to the diagram. Are you happy? Yes. Then keep doing what you're doing. If you're not happy, then why is that? And if the reason it's something, it's more internally, oh, I'm not happy because I'm not where I want to be in life. I don't have my profession set. I haven't reached certain goals in my life that I'd like to manifest. Then what can you do about it? But if you're not happy because of politics, because of things you have of your current economic state of your country, or because you're from a certain region of the world and you're having trouble with your identity, or you're not happy because things aren't going your way, the way you want them to go, maybe you're not rich and that's why you're not happy, then I suggest you reevaluate the way you're seeing the world. Because when we start viewing the world through external objects solely, through only the physical world, through things that the world tends to give a certain amount of monetary significance, if that is your definition of happiness, then I'm here to tell you, you're never going to be happy. And even if you try doing something different to acquire these items that are supposed to make you happy, then even once you have those items, they won't be enough. Because like I said earlier, happiness isn't just instant pleasure. Like me giving you $1 million would probably be an instant pleasure to your mind. But happiness is about the longevity. It is a constant state of mind. It is a constant appreciation of what one has. That's why the famous Buddhist monks always said, be grateful for what you have. It is only in the giving that true freedom is found. Don't forget that even though we're looking at the diagram of whether you're happy or not, and why and what can you do about it, there's always the most powerful thing we have in our arsenal, the most powerful quality that each human has is the ability to choose one thought over another. It is the ability to choose what you want to do with your life, how you see life, and how you want to go about it. And that's all I wanted to get from this video. I hope the chart I put up in this video throughout its time serves a purpose. But I just want to remind the audience out there that if you're not happy with your life, make sure you analyze as to why. And what are the things that you can control and can't control. Do not give too much thought and put too much stress over what the ones you can't control. But the ones that you can control, make sure that they're significant, not only in the physical world, but internally. Because if you look at happiness through external objects, then you will never be happy. You only have instant pleasure once you receive these items, but you will not have long-term happiness. And long-term happiness is correlated with health. I hope this video suits all of you. It's just supposed to be a constant reminder of what's important. And like I've told you guys, I appreciate all of you for all these years, all right? Psych Life here.